His name is Craig Parson. He's Australian Scotlandian, and he's been travel around the world, like around how many countries?
About 67 countries.
67 countries. And he taught English in Asia, in Cambodia specifically, and also in Colombia.
Yep, in Colombia.
In 2011.
Yep.
Well, without further ado, we're going to talk about 5 reasons why you need to choose Melbourne. So, if a student or visitor wants to come to Australia, why do they need to choose Melbourne?
Well, I guess the first reason is that Melbourne's widely known as one of the most multicultural cities in Australia. We actually have the second largest Greek population in any city in the world, second only to Athens. So you can imagine we have people coming in from Vietnam, Greece, Italy, Southern Europe, more recently South America. So you can find all kinds of restaurants and cultural events relating to all of the myriad of different countries that we have in Melbourne. So it really gives us a very unique culture, very similar to that of the bigger international cities like London or New York.
Wow. And then what about the second one?
The second one would be our infrastructure. So just like this beautiful park that you can see here.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. It's autumn, yeah?
It's autumn now, yeah, so all the leaves are falling. But we have lots and lots of huge parks. We have a great public transportation system. It's very safe here. We have a lot of hospitals and a lot of bike paths. And some of you may have heard that Melbourne actually wins the world's most livable cities.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, for the last 15 or so years,
wow.
We've come first or second. So that puts Melbourne ahead of other cities in Australia and pretty much the rest of the world.
Yeah, I love Melbourne because why did I choose Melbourne to study? Because the transportation is very easy for me as the foreigner to learn how to use train, tram, and the routes, and you just need to buy my key card and tap it when you want to use train and tram and the bus, and it's really easy to apply. Okay, we go to the third reason.
Yeah, so the third reason is that Melbourne's actually the sporting capital of Australia. The Australian Formula 1 Grand Prix is hosted here.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah. Grand Prix is hosted only from Melbourne and among Australia.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh,
yep,
wow.
Yep, that's right. The Australian Open Tennis is also hosted here. And our national sport, Australian rules football, was also invented here. So it used to be called the Victorian Football League, and it became our national sport. It's derived from Gaelic football. So when the country was initially settled, there were a lot of Irish migrants who came to Melbourne, and they changed their historical sport into more of a rugby type sport. So we're the first city to have Australian rules football. Yeah, so yeah, we're pretty much known as the sporting capital of the world, and sport runs through the blood of most people who come to Melbourne.
Wow. So if you like tennis, football, and also car racing.
Yeah, even the motorbike Grand Prix is also hosted in Phillip Island.
Wow. So you need to come to Melbourne. And then I want to ask you about football here. So Australians always call football footy, and it's very different with the football around the world, because football in Indonesia specifically is very different to football here. Can you explain what the difference is?
Yeah, so I guess traditionally football in Asia and Europe would be soccer, where you can only kick the ball, you can't use your hands. And then conversely, in American football that they call football, they can't actually kick the ball, they can only use their hands. So Australian football is kind of like a combination of the two, where you can use your hands and your feet. And Australian rules football is full contact. So in the traditional football of soccer, you cannot touch your opponent, you can only try to kick the ball. But we're a little bit more active down here, so we can grab and tackle our opponents. Yeah, so it's a very engaging, a very fast pace, and a little bit rough of a sport.
Additionally, Australian sport also well known as cricket.
Yeah, cricket's an international sport. So Commonwealth countries, Australia, India, Pakistan, most countries in the West Indies play cricket, and we have the Melbourne Cricket Ground, the largest cricket grounds in the world,
very large,
the MCG.
yeah.
Yep. So that seats 120,000 people, and every year we play the Ashes, which is a competition between England and Australia at the MCG. Yeah, and it's one of our national sports, part of the summer itinerary.
Okay, what about the next reason?
Yeah, so the next reason would be our weather. So we have varying climates throughout the year, and in fact some of you may have heard a famous Crowded House song called 4 Seasons in One Day. It's actually about Melbourne's weather because it changes rapidly. We get warm weather, cold weather. In autumn, just like you see here now, it's beautiful with the leaves, and conversely in springtime, when the leaves are growing, it's very, very bright and colourful. So we have a great variety of weather with us. Summer's great because we have beaches close by, and winter's equally great because we have snowfields not too far from Melbourne. So you can hit the beach in one time of the year, and you can go skiing in other times of the year.
Yeah, it's a perfect place to do both. And I think what I can highlight as a student who live in Melbourne for about almost 2 years, I can say that I really enjoy the new view that I can see from autumn. It's very beautiful panoramic that I can see from the leaves between yellow color, brown and red colors. And also I can play ski and enjoy the winter in the mountain nearby Melbourne. So that's why you need to choose Melbourne. And what's the next? Is it the last reason?
The last reason,
Fifth reason.
something else that makes Melbourne special is our bars and entertainment. So Melbourne has one of the highest concentration of bars in the world. We have over 1,500 registered bars in the city, so a lot of fun places to go out. We're also the music capital of Australia, partly because the rest of the country can be warm all year round. We have winter, so we have a lot more bands who choose to practice throughout winter, and a lot of the great bands, you may have heard of AC/DC, they're from Melbourne. So we have a really great music and gig culture. So on Saturday nights or Friday nights, if you want to go out with your friends, you have so many options to go out. We also have a lot of music festivals. We have Latin festivals, festivals from all around the world that usually have great music themes and parties. So if you're coming down here to study, you'll have a great opportunity to not only study but also to go out and have fun and experience our culture.
Yeah, for my experience, to add your opinion about the fifth reason, I really love Melbourne because I can learn many different countries' culture, and through festivals that I join, like Russian, Greek, Latin, I can learn so many different culture and foods from different countries. So that's why you need to choose Melbourne. I think that's all our reasons about to choose Melbourne as the city to visit or to live as a student. So if you have any questions, you can put it in a comment. Don't forget to subscribe my channel because I'm going to give you more information about Melbourne. And that's all for today. 5 reasons why you need to choose Melbourne. Bye! See you in the next video!
Bye.